We laugh, we cry, we travel to different lands, and we escape the real world.
I think the one I enjoyed reading more than anything else.
From its humble beginnings, amid the voices of quite a few naysayers, my reading room now reaches over 12 million people.
What if I told you the British monarchy's darkest secrets have just been dragged into the light? FBI agents have reportedly raided Queen Camilla's estate, and what they uncovered is sending shockwaves through the world. Hidden tunnels under the mansion, secret letters written by Princess Diana.
6 handwritten letters from the late Princess Diana of Wales to Buckingham Palace steward Cyril Dickman.
Handed notes detail the daily lives of the British royals. One note, written days after Prince Harry's birth, describes Prince William swamping the baby with an endless supply of hugs and kisses.
Old, valuable jewelry, and strange coded papers locked in dusty old boxes. There were even old photos showing how the royal family secretly watched people for years. It feels just like a mystery movie. But here is the question. What terrible truths has Queen Camilla been hiding behind those luxurious palace walls? And could these explosive discoveries finally shatter the British monarchy once and for all? Stay right here, because what investigators found inside Camilla's mansion will leave you absolutely speechless, and you don't want to miss this. An unexpected visit at Ray Mill House and a chilling discovery. It was a chilly evening in the quiet English countryside when something unbelievable happened. FBI agents suddenly arrived at Queen Camilla's private home. Their black SUVs rolled slowly up the long driveway of Ray Mill House, their headlights cutting through the heavy fog that often covers the countryside. But they weren't there for a friendly visit. With serious faces and legal papers in hand, the agents headed straight for the grand front doors of Camilla's peaceful escape from Buckingham Palace. The butler who opened the door was shocked, his face going pale. In all his years working at the mansion, he had never witnessed anything like this. American agents standing at a royal doorstep. Without saying a word, the butler stepped aside, letting them enter the grand entrance hall, where sparkling chandeliers hung overhead and shiny marble floors stretched beneath their feet. The search began like any other, with agents opening drawers, looking behind paintings and checking the fancy furniture, the hidden room and Princess Diana's letters. At first, everything looked perfectly normal, exactly what you'd expect in a royal home. But then, inside the study, something strange grabbed an agent's attention. A bookshelf didn't quite line up with the wall. Curious, the agent pulled on one of the books. A soft creak echoed through the room. The team pushed on the shelf, and with a deep, heavy groan, it slowly swung open to reveal a hidden dark passage. Inside was a small, freezing room, thick with dust, as if no one had entered it in years. Stacks of old letters, wooden boxes, and small locked containers filled the hidden room. But what truly shocked the agents was a name written across many of the papers: Princess Diana. There were 35 letters in total, with 32 of them written by Diana herself between 1995 and 1996. These weren't ordinary letters either. Some were dated just weeks before her tragic car accident in Paris.
The Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident, and that her partner, Dodi Fayed, has also been killed. They were apparently being pursued by paparazzi on 2 motorcycles.
The handwriting looked hurried, almost like she was scared. The agents handled them carefully, knowing these could hold secrets the world had never seen. As they kept searching, they found something else. Jewelry that didn't match anything from the known royal collections. Some pieces looked like they were ancient, believed to be lost hundreds of years ago. Others seemed to be personal gifts from powerful people whose connections to the royal family had never been revealed. But the most chilling discovery was still to come. In a corner of the room, under an old, worn-out rug, an agent felt something solid beneath his foot. Pulling the rug aside, he uncovered a metal handle. He gave it a pull, and with a loud groan, a trap door opened, revealing a dark tunnel stretching below the estate. The passageway was old, but strangely well-maintained. Experts later confirmed it had modern upgrades and even a simple air system, clear proof that someone had been secretly using it. British historians admitted that many royal homes once had escape tunnels, but most were sealed off long ago. This one, however, showed fresh signs of use. New footprints were clearly visible in the dust. The mysterious underground tunnels. The find sent shockwaves through British intelligence. How could such a high-ranking royal have access to a secret tunnel without anyone knowing? Security experts were left speechless. If this passage existed, how many others were still hidden under royal estates? And the biggest mystery, where did this tunnel lead? The FBI had uncovered something much bigger than they ever expected, and one thing was clear. This was just the beginning. As secrets started to surface beneath royal grounds, a trapdoor opened to the past, revealing dark truths hidden deep below Queen Camilla's mansion. The investigation into the royal family took a shocking turn when they discovered a secret tunnel, leading to even more mysteries about Diana's death and connections to the royal family. What was already one of the most explosive royal investigations in history became even more puzzling. The agents made their way into the underground tunnels, their flashlights cutting through the damp, stale air. The smell of earth and decay filled the space, as if it hadn't been touched in ages. Realizing the importance of their discovery, they called for backup. These tunnels weren't just old escape routes. They were deliberately hidden, kept secret from the public. The narrow passageways stretched deep beneath the estate, just wide enough for one person to walk through. Strange symbols covered the walls, markings that didn't match any known language or code. The worn stone and faded paint made it clear that these tunnels had been around long before Camilla moved in. Secrets beneath the estate, the files, and surveillance. After what felt like an endless walk through the underground maze, the agents reached a heavy, locked door that was clearly meant to keep people out. It took a lot of force to break it open, and what they found inside changed everything. The hidden room was filled with hundreds of files neatly arranged on wooden shelves. The names on the files sent chills down the agents' spines. The files contained information on powerful politicians, celebrities, and world leaders. Some were marked as confidential and sealed tightly. But why would such sensitive documents be hidden beneath a royal home? That wasn't even the most disturbing discovery. One wall was covered in grainy black and white photos of Princess Diana, Prince Charles, and young princes William and Harry. Another section showed pictures of royals from other countries. This collection suggested years of surveillance, tracking the movements of the world's most powerful families. In the corner, there was a locked metal box. Breaking it open revealed something even more shocking. Old audio tapes, letters, and documents, some of which seemed to be directly connected to Diana's death. There were notes about car safety, tunnel security plans, and emergency protocols, raising frightening questions. Had someone been preparing for a tragedy? The mansion quickly became the center of a major investigation. Teams of experts arrived, carefully collecting each piece of evidence. Files were packed into secure containers and transported for further analysis. Each discovery deepened the mystery. Officials were divided. Some insisted that the findings remain secret, fearing public outrage and damage to the monarchy. Others argued for transparency, believing the public had a right to know the truth. The royal palace stayed silent, refusing to acknowledge the growing rumors. Camilla's response only added to the suspicion. She rushed back to the mansion, visibly furious, making frantic phone calls, possibly to King Charles or government officials. What was most telling was how she didn't seem shocked by what had been found, as if she already knew. When she finally spoke to the public, Camilla dismissed the entire discovery as a misunderstanding. Camilla claimed the items found were just old historical artifacts, nothing special. But that explanation didn't make sense. If these files and tapes were so ordinary, why were they hidden in secret tunnels beneath her home? Then there was the issue of the FBI's involvement. The American agency rarely gets involved in royal matters, yet they clearly had an interest in Camilla's property. Did this evidence cross international borders? What exactly were they looking for all these years? Conspiracy theories have always surrounded Diana's death. Some believe it wasn't an accident, that she knew too much and was silenced. Diana herself had even told her butler in 1995 that she feared a car accident would be staged to get rid of her. Now, with these new discoveries, the world is watching as long-hidden royal secrets begin to come to light. Unexpected figures are stepping into the spotlight, but why would American agents travel thousands of miles just to investigate the Queen? The FBI's involvement, breaking diplomatic boundaries. The sight of FBI agents walking through the gates of Queen Camilla's private mansion sent shockwaves across Britain and beyond. This wasn't just another royal scandal. It was the start of an international investigation. The FBI, America's leading law enforcement agency, is rarely involved in matters concerning foreign royals, making their appearance at Ray Mill House even more unexpected. Typically, the FBI handles serious criminal cases such as terrorism, organized crime, and corruption, and their jurisdiction is limited to the U.S. So, what could connect Queen Camilla to a U.S. criminal investigation? Usually, matters involving the royal family are dealt with by British agencies such as MI5, MI6, or Scotland Yard, which control royal security and ensure that sensitive information stays within the UK. The fact that the FBI was involved suggests that something major had occurred, something significant enough to break long-standing diplomatic conventions. One theory is that the involvement of the FBI may be connected to money. In recent years, the FBI's International Corruption Unit has expanded its efforts to track suspicious financial activities across countries. The British royal family controls enormous wealth through trusts, foundations, and investments. While some parts of their finances are public, much of it remains hidden under special protections granted to the monarchy. Ray Mill House, which Camilla purchased in 1994 after her divorce, has remained her private retreat even after her marriage to King Charles. Unlike other royal properties, this estate might have operated without the usual oversight from palace security, which could explain why the FBI became interested if financial records or offshore accounts were hidden there. Another possibility involves international money laundering. The FBI has been closely monitoring the movement of funds through offshore tax havens like the Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, and Switzerland. Recent leaks have revealed how the wealthiest individuals, including political leaders, hide their wealth and evade taxes. If the agents at Ray Mill House discovered documents connecting the royal family to illegal transactions, it could cause a huge legal and diplomatic crisis. There's also the chance that it could involve a national security issue. The FBI's counterintelligence division focuses on foreign espionage threats, and the royal family has access to highly sensitive government information. They often meet with world leaders, prime ministers, and intelligence officials. If someone within the monarchy leaked or mishandled classified material, it could explain why the FBI, rather than just British authorities, got involved. Ray Mill House itself is an interesting target. Unlike Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle, it doesn't have the same level of security, and its private, secluded grounds could have been used to hide sensitive materials, away from the watchful eyes of official security. The timing of the raid is also important. Governments around the world are cracking down on financial secrecy, forcing wealthy individuals to reconsider how they hide their assets. If Camilla's private estate held evidence of hidden wealth, secret dealings, or ties to global financial scandals, it could be part of a much bigger investigation. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain. The FBI wouldn't risk diplomatic fallout unless they had solid evidence. American agents crossing international borders to investigate a sitting queen is unprecedented in modern history. As investigators dig deeper, the British government has stayed silent. Behind every FBI raid, there's an important first clue. Who broke the royal code of silence? and why. Whistleblowers, informants, and palace cover-ups might all be part of the story. Who leaked the royal secrets? The unexpected raid by the FBI at Queen Camilla's private home wasn't a random decision. Federal agents don't storm royal properties without a strong, undeniable reason. Something, or someone, led them directly to Ray Mill House, breaking through layers of royal privacy built over centuries. Agencies like the FBI only act like this when absolutely necessary, especially when it involves foreign royalty, which brings up a major question. Who gave them the information? The royal household is known for its strict rules of secrecy. Everyone working inside, from top advisors to kitchen workers, signs official agreements promising not to reveal anything they witness or hear. Breaking these promises comes with serious consequences, both legally and financially. So if anyone spoke up, it must have been for something serious. The most believable explanation is that an insider was involved, someone with close, personal knowledge of the royal family's private dealings. Investigators are looking at different possibilities. One theory suggests it could be a former employee who saw or heard something concerning and decided to come forward after leaving their job. Interestingly, several important people, including a senior financial expert and 2 members of Camilla's security team, recently resigned. Another theory points to people from Camilla's life before she married King Charles. Back then, she had close friends who weren't bound by royal confidentiality rules. Some of these individuals may have visited Ray Mill House and come across private conversations or sensitive items. Then there's Prince Harry, whose name keeps surfacing in rumors. After his dramatic split from the royal family and his open criticism of royal traditions, some suspect he might have shared information, either directly or indirectly, that could have drawn attention to hidden secrets inside Ray Mill House. His book, Spare, gave the public a rare look into the private world of the royals, especially highlighting his uneasy bond with Camilla. While there's no direct link tying him to the current investigation, his openness in revealing private matters proves how much the old tradition of keeping royal secrets quiet has faded. Some security specialists suggest another possible lead, the Royal Protection Team. These personal guards see everything, from private conversations to unguarded moments. Although they're trained to stay silent and professional, especially while employed, several have since left their posts for private sector jobs. Could one of them have come forward? Another idea involves technology. In the last few years, the royal household has dealt with several cyber incidents. In 2022, reports revealed several low-profile breaches involving palace email accounts. If confidential financial information or private messages were stolen during those incidents, they might have provided investigators with what they needed to proceed. Then there's the legal side. Lawyers working with royal estates, trusts, and investments handle incredibly sensitive details. Even though attorney-client confidentiality protects most of their work, certain legal and ethical responsibilities require them to report serious financial wrongdoing. Because royal wealth stretches across different countries, these advisors work within overlapping legal systems, where the rules can vary. In situations like this, it wouldn't be unusual for a legal leak to set things in motion. History proves that royal controversies often emerge from surprising places. Prince Andrew's connection to Jeffrey Epstein wasn't initially exposed by law enforcement. It came out through legal records filed in an American court. Investigators later followed paper trails like financial documents and travel records to build their case. Camilla's own worldwide network, including relationships with wealthy business leaders, international politicians, and other influential people, makes the situation even more complicated. Her travels to countries known for quiet financial dealings might have drawn unwanted attention, possibly explaining why U.S. agents took interest in what was happening at her estate. One thing is certain, the FBI wouldn't have made such a bold move without having solid, urgent proof in their hands. Permission for such a risky and politically charged operation would have come from the top officials within the U.S. Justice Department. As this investigation deepens, The person who tipped them off remains a mystery. Whoever it was, they've broken the long-standing royal tradition of secrecy, possibly for good. Their brave decision to speak out could reshape royal history, forcing hidden truths into the open. Old letters, kept out of sight for years, might carry Diana's final warnings, but whether those secrets will ever see the light of day remains uncertain. King Charles speaks. A royal past revealed. Meanwhile, King Charles has finally decided to open up about Diana. For decades, their complicated relationship has been the subject of worldwide fascination. What started as a picture-perfect royal marriage quickly crumbled into one of the most famous scandals in royal history. And now, after years of silence and endless speculation, Charles appears ready to reveal his version of events. Growing up, Charles never had a typical life. Born in November 1948 as Queen Elizabeth II's first child, his every move was watched. While other children ran around carefree, he was surrounded by formality and constant attention. His parents were often busy with official responsibilities, leaving much of his upbringing to nannies and private teachers. This emotional gap would shape him in deep ways. His school days at Gordonstoun, a strict boarding school in Scotland, were especially difficult.
A centuries-old tradition is broken in Britain as Prince Charles goes to school in Scotland. The heir to the throne of England is to attend Gordonstoun, the alma mater of his father, Prince Philip. Queen Elizabeth broke with the tradition of tutors for royal heirs in favor of this school noted for its austerity.
The tough environment and high expectations left a lasting mark on the young prince, adding to the pressures of being the future king. Charles's father, Prince Philip, believed that sending him to a strict boarding school would make him tougher. But Charles, a gentle boy who preferred reading and painting, had a hard time adjusting. He was picked on by other students and found the strict rules too much to handle. Still, those tough experiences taught him how to stay strong through challenges. Unlike many future kings before him, Charles decided to attend university before joining the military.
Prince Charles, the future King of England, becomes a college freshman. Lord Butler, Master of Trinity, greets the prince, who will major in archaeology and anthropology.
Some in the royal family thought he was avoiding his royal duties. But at Cambridge, he studied subjects like human societies, ancient history, and cultures. He became the first British heir to the throne to earn a university degree. His time there gave him a rare chance to live like an ordinary person and broadened his view of the world outside palace life. After graduating, Charles surprised those who doubted him by joining both the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. He learned how to fly, worked his way up to commander, and earned the respect of his peers. His military service proved that he could manage both his royal role and his personal goals. Then, Diana Spencer entered his life, and everything changed. They first met in a field when Diana was only 16, while Charles was seeing her older sister, Sarah. After that relationship ended, Charles grew close to Diana. Despite being 12 years apart in age, they started dating, and in 1981, the world watched as they married in a grand ceremony broadcast to millions. But problems showed up early. In one famous interview during their engagement, a reporter asked if they were in love. Diana quickly said yes, but Charles gave an awkward reply. Whatever in love means. Things got worse when Diana found out Charles had bought a present for his former flame, Camilla Parker Bowles. Feeling hurt and confused, Diana even thought about canceling the wedding. Married life didn't bring peace either. Diana struggled with endless press attention and the heavy demands of being part of the royal family, making her life even more difficult. At the same time, Charles never fully broke things off with Camilla, which caused Diana a lot of pain and sadness. Feeling lonely and trapped, Diana struggled with bulimia as a way to deal with the emotional weight of her life. Their relationship crumbled when private conversations between Charles and Camilla became public, revealing that their affair had never truly ended. Charles later confirmed the relationship, while Diana openly said in an interview, There were 3 of us in this marriage. Diana's legacy. The couple officially separated in 1992 and finalized their divorce in 1996. Even with everything she faced, Diana found meaning in helping others. She broke royal expectations by personally visiting people suffering from AIDS, landmine survivors, and sick children. Her kindness and genuine care made her beloved by the public, who began calling her the People's Princess. Diana helped reshape the public's view of the royal family through her openness and empathy. When Diana died in a car crash in 1997, the world was heartbroken. But her spirit lives on through her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, who carry forward her mission of charity and compassion, continuing to support causes close to her heart. And now, as King Charles steps forward to finally tell his side of the story, it is clear this tale of love, heartbreak, and royal secrets is far from over. His words will open a new chapter in a saga that has gripped the world for generations. No matter what truths come to light, the history of scandal, mystery, and untold stories will forever shape the royal family's legacy. From hidden rooms and secret letters to shocking discoveries that shook the palace walls, we can't help but wonder, what else lies in the shadows? If these revelations are just the surface, what deeper secrets still remain, waiting to be uncovered? Let us know what you think in the comments below. What might still be hidden behind the palace gates?